Welcome to Born to Watch, where three old mates, an ex-video shop owner, an industry insider, and a black belt in 80s kung fu movies put their mastery to the test on movies that changed the world.
Hey there, fellow watchers. It's that time of the week again, and we are live from the panic room for Born to Watch. My name is Whitey. I'm the host, and with me today is my loyal special guest who's been elevated to number 2, Damo Giles. How are you, mate?
I'm good. But special, definitely some of the specialness has to be wearing off the special because
Never.
Well, I just feel like this bloke that's hanging around a bit like Nudge from Hey Dad, you know, not really part of the family, but just hanging out.
How much of a dick was Nudge?
Christopher Trustwell.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's me.
Yeah, well, okay, Nudge.
Yeah.
So, welcome, Nudge.
Thank you.
And, as Mr. Kelly.
Thanks, Mr. Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he turned out to be a bad dude, didn't he, old Mr. Kelly?
Robert Hughes. Yeah.
Yeah, God. Enjoy your time in jail, mate.
Yep.
Thinking about another sitcom, we were a full house last week and then some.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you like that?
Yeah.
But tonight we're just a duo. So it's just you and me, mate. I think we can do it.
Yeah. So, Gow and Morgs.
Yeah, Gow and Morgs are missing. Dan, who was with us last week under, extreme circumstances dealing with a deep vein thrombosis prognosis.
Yep.
See what he did there?
Yeah, you rhymed.
It rhymed it. Yeah.
Old,
Pretty good, eh?
Yep.
The old rhymer.
Oh, it was excellent.
And look, he was suffering from male leg syndrome, which means that his leg was actually the size of a normal man's.
Normal, yes.
And he was wearing his daughter's Kmart kids leggings.
You know what? And not many can pull that look off.
No.
He can.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily, with room to spare.
Yep.
And look, his clots have travelled. And so he's not well. So he's spending some time at the hospital getting some tests, and we wish him the best of luck.
Yes.
We're sure he'll pull through. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, old Clotty McClot face.
That's it. Old Clotter.
The Clotster.
That's it. Clotty McClot.
The Clottinator.
So we are without him, which is a shame. And we were always going to be without Gow. My loyal number 2.
Yes.
He's off in the Sin City.
Oh.
Representing Born to Watch again at WatchCon Mark 2.
Yeah, well, he a major ambassador. He gone to Las Vegas.
Yes.
Look out, the bingo halls of Las Vegas. Watch out, here comes Gow.
Well, and look, not only that, let's hope he can sidestep the monkeypox that Morgs left there the last time he was there.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steer clear of Dougie. And maybe Star Wars bra. You know, Gow?
Look, Star Wars bra probably can't. I don't know if Star Wars bra is male or female, but probably can't resist. They'll hunt Gow out.
The thing is now is that apparently Star Wars bras now bow-legged.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah. It's because of
Morgs eats with his hat on.
old 10-gallon hat.
Oh, 10-gallon Morgs.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, we're changing it up for Born to Watch this week. We're doing something a little different. And this was Dan wanted this, and now he's not here.
Yeah.
So it's left with us to deal with it.
And Gow also, because he wasn't too keen. But now after I watched the movie, he would have been the perfect guy for this.
This is a Gow movie.
He would love this.
Yeah, he would. This is a Gow movie. He doesn't know what he's missed out on here.
I know. But just to touch on with Gow, last week, I got as you know, Born to Watch is huge in France.
Huge.
I got a phone call from Gerard Depardieu. Right? And I just say, he wanted to discuss the word of the week, which Gow brought up was denouement.
Denouement, yes.
Now, Gerard said to me, he said, something like, sacre bleu. It's not denouement, it's denouement.
Oh.
Yeah. So I want to apologise to the people of France.
Yes.
So it's a denouement is how it's pronounced.
And as punishment, we'll have some croissant.
Croissant.
Yes. Tomorrow morning for breakfast.
We will. Thank you. And a shout out to everyone in France.
Yes. Keep listening.
Yeah.
Keep listening. It's huge in France. Big time. It's called Born to Watch. It's amazing. So we are changing speeds here, and we're going for our first foreign language film. Does seem a little highbrow until you see the film that we've suggested.
Yes.
Look, and in honour of my recent trip to Bali, having just returned in the wee hours of this morning straight into the panic room, we are doing the Indonesian martial arts orgasm, 2012's The Raid Redemption.
Yes, well, but it was brilliant. You have just been in Indonesia.
I have been.
So you're on the ground,
On the
talking
ground.
to the people.
Yep.
Did you get any interviews with the people from the raid?
The closest I got was we walked past a pub where there was midget boxing.
Okay, so you didn't do any Pensac Salat workshops?
No, look, and I was looking for them, but there were none, not in Bali.
So that's the martial arts that's used in this movie.
Yeah.
But I would have thought it'd be good, if you actually got on the ground experience and got in the ring down there. And
the Banchong show that we saw,
Yeah, okay.
that Morg suggested that we go and see,
Yep.
got in the way.
Well, that's
As did a
priority
few
one.
other
Yeah,
things.
That's priority one.
As did a few other things in
what
the
happens with the
Banchong show.
Banchongs, yes.
Yeah, they do. A few things get in the way.
Yes.
But anyway, so we are doing a martial arts extravaganza, The Raid. Look, this is written and directed by a Welsh filmmaker, Gareth Evans, which is amazing just in itself. He actually spent 4 years in Indonesia. And he had made, this is actually his third feature film. The first one was an English film. The second one was another Indonesian film called Merantau, which actually starred a lot of the cast of The Raid.
Sure did.
There's also a direct sequel, The Raid 2, which is a great movie again. It actually ups everything that we see in the first one and becomes more of a gangster crime thriller. Okay. 2.5 hours, whereas this is a lean and mean hour and 40, non-stop. This
frenetic.
It is frenetic. The Raid 2 is a real film. Like they're trying to tell us a story, which sometimes it falls overdoing, but it is great. It's well worth a watch. It's 2.5 hours well spent. It focuses on Rama, our hero from the first movie, trying to bring down the criminal police conspiracy that we discover in the first movie.
Yep.
It's actually really cool. Look, this movie was released when I had the video shop. I saw this movie on a promo disc. Remember we used to get those promo discs? It was one of the last...
Peacock Films
and
all these.
Yeah, well, this was a Madman. So it was one of the last promo discs that I ever got because then they stopped it because of piracy. I'd heard a little bit about the movie, but it wasn't really on the top of the list of what I wanted to watch. But after I got the free movie, I was like, shit, I might as well watch it. And man, was I glad I did.
Yeah.
So, and it became one of those movies that made me seem that I was smarter than I actually was when I would recommend it to people.
Right, foreign film buff.
Well, and up in Avalon there, the hoity-toity,
Mm.
the foreign film was quite big, but really they just wanted the tits and asses, I think.
Well,
so
that is,
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Sandy Kakari. You loved a bit of the old, tits and ass foreign film, didn't you? Yeah, that's why you worked at the video shop, so you got them for free, didn't you? Anyway, secret's out.
Oh, bloody hell.
Okay, so was this the first time you'd seen The Raid?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Never heard of it. Not a whisper. Didn't know the people. Nothing.
Yeah. What'd you think? Just short.
Intense. Absolute, just genuine action.
Yeah.
But nothing else.
Yeah.
It's basically solely a thing based on fights.
Yep. Okay, so I would liken this movie to a video game. So you are moving up the levels, fighting people on the levels to get to the boss.
Yep.
This is Donkey Kong.
Yes. It is exactly that.
Yeah.
But it's also, I also liken it to like Mad Max Fury Road or The Warriors, where everyone's out to get you. So you're actually also trying to escape.
Yeah.
And to when everyone's after you.
Don't you love it though? Those movies where the hero has to be smart. Like he's got to make some smart decisions. Some of those decisions he makes at the start about going down to go up, breaking through the floor to get down to get away. Like he's making some smart decisions until he's left on his own and essentially then just has to beat the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, but I did like that. That first half of the movie is my favourite part of it, where there was a bit more guns and all the police and that was a really good part before it became this sort of real full-on pure martial arts flick.
Yeah.
But and he was great. He had to use his brain and he wasn't invincible. He would run, he would smash through the walls to get away or the floor. He would hide. It was just not some invincible bloke that would just go and clean house.
Yeah.
So that's what made it good. There was actual his life was on the line. You just knew that there was a lot at stake.
Well, I think also that you don't know if he's going to live.
Well, that's right.
I think
he's vulnerable.
The odds are so stacked against him and against the SWAT team.
Yeah.
That you don't know if he's going to live.
That's right.
And I think this is a good spot to actually do the synopsis and tell the people what the movie's about. Give it away. So on the back of the DVD cover, this is what it says. As a rookie member of an elite special forces team, Rama is instructed to hang back during a covert mission involving the extraction of a brutal crime lord from a rundown 15-story apartment block. But when a spotter blows their cover, Boss Tama offers lifelong sanctuary to every killer, rapist, and thief in the building in exchange for their heads. Now Rama must stand in for the team's fallen leader and use every iota of his fighting strength, winding through every floor and every room to complete the mission and escape with his life. Pretty good.
That's it.
Yeah, that's essentially what happens.
Yes.
It's a life and death struggle for 100 minutes.
Yep.
So, look, 2012 was an interesting year. This movie was made in 2011, released in 2012.
Yep.
Cracking year for movies. Probably not the best cinema year of all time. Fuck you very much, Morgs, but a cracking year for movies. And let me just go through some of the best. So the number one worldwide box office, and this started everything, The Avengers.
Oh, right. That was
$1.5 billion.
Oh.
Okay. Number two. Got any ideas what number two might have been?
2012.
It's another huge franchise. Huge franchise.
Like a Harry Potter or something?
No.
Or?
Skyfall.
Oh, James Bond.
Probably my favourite Daniel Craig Bond movie, Skyfall. Could be my favourite Bond of all time, that movie. It's fucking brilliant when they go back to Scotland, to the castle. Amazing. That did 1.1 billion.
Jeez.
Number three, another huge franchise.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, well, hang on. Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, essentially...
That's number one for me.
So, 1.1 billion.
Yeah. God, that's a good movie.
Good movie.
I mean,
good movie.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Bane.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's...
You merely inherited the dog.
What a wonderful
I was
voice.
born in it.
Yes. I love that. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Very good. Christopher Nolan. That trilogy, that Batman trilogy is next level.
Yep.
Okay, so then Damo, something just for you here. Another massive, massive franchise. 4 franchises in the first 4 movies. Actually, I'm looking down here, and the top 10, all franchise movies in 2012.
Oh, shit.
So number 4, The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey.
Okay.
$1 billion.
Yeah, I was disappointed though. But
yeah, it was boring.
Yep.
And actually, it was boring.
Milked. I mean, the book is not big. The book is, you can read it in about year 3 or year 4.
Yeah.
And to milk 3 2.5 hour movies out of that, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and as we go down, so we'll do the top 10 because it's all franchises, which is incredible. So, number 5, Ice Age: Continental Drift. Number 6, Twilight: Breaking Dawn Part 2. Please. Number 7, Amazing Spider-Man. Number 8, Madagascar 3.
Right.
Number 9, The Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah.
Number 10, Men in Black 3. Okay, so number 11 starts a run of original films. Number 11, Life of Pi. I loved Life of Pi.
Oh, is that like...
That's on the boat.
I was going to say, is that the cover was like... I thought it was like a whale or something.
Yeah, it was. It was very spiritual. It's about an Indian boy who's in a...
Didn't see it.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's a great... It's a lot of messages in there, which I think you'd really get.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you'd really get it. I think it's a bit of a Damo movie, actually. Yeah, existential. Okay.
I do like pie and sauce.
Yeah, you
Beautiful.
do. Pie and sauce. Yeah. It's one of your favourites.
Yeah.
Ted, hilarious. Love Ted. Django Unchained, Prometheus. There's some good movies, but we get down to number 21.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not even going to tell you the name of the movie here.
Okay.
But I got something for you.
Hit me.
Near, far, wherever you are, Jesus. And I know that the heart will go on. You're here. There's nothing I fear, and I know that the heart will go on. Well done.
Beautiful.
Well done. Titanic,
Oh,
re-release.
right. I was going to say that was
3D version.
Aquaman.
3D version.
Yep.
But I'm telling you what, there's some really great movies in 2012. Expendables 2, Battleship.
On the Missouri.
Battleship.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. We're the Millers. Very funny
that was
comedy.
funny. Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis, Jennifer Aniston.
Yep. And that kid with the eyebrows.
Yeah. One movie which is a real favourite of mine, Silver Linings Playbook. Jennifer Lawrence.
Right. No, didn't
Bradley Cooper.
But that won
Great
Academy
movie.
Awards.
Yeah, she won. I think she won Best Actress.
Yeah.
For that as well. Terrible remake, Total Recall.
Oh, with Colin Farrell.
Yep, terrible.
Yep.
Looper, which is a great movie with Bruce Willis.
Oh, Bruce Willis.
Joseph
back
Gordon-Levitt.
in time.
Yeah. Just great movies. Zero Dark 30.
You know what, Looper? I think I saw Looper at the movies with Sonny up on the Sunshine Coast at Mooloolaba.
Really?
And
up on the land.
And as per normal, you've been in the movies with Sonny. If someone's talking
my
behind
God.
him, right, and there was some kid talking behind, and he just looks around and abuses the shit out of them.
Mate, I never feel as uncomfortable ever than when I'm in a cinema with Sonny Payne and someone talks. It's like a red rag to a ball.
I know.
Someone is going down.
They're going to die.
Yeah, there's death by the hands of Sonny Payne.
Yeah, so yeah, no, definitely I saw Looper with him up there.
Oh, God. Okay, this is 40. There's just some great movies. And look, not the best year of cinema, but a great year of movies that I saw a lot of these again. Another terrible remake, Red Dawn. The original is one of the best.
Where Russia invades.
Yeah, Russia invades
the US,
the Midwest US.
Yeah.
You know, Wolverines.
The Wolverines, that's right,
original
yep.
Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen,
Yep.
C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, God, right.
Yeah. I wonder what his first name is, if he's just made it C.
Yeah. Well.
We use a lot of C's on this podcast.
Yeah, I know. So. Could be CeeLo.
Could be. I don't think it is, though. No. I don't think it is. Yeah, but look, a good year of movies. There's no doubt about that. And not only that, great year for pop culture.
Mm.
You know, shit year for music. We scoured trying to find some music here, and I think you made a good point about your love affair with music ended.
I pretty much stopped listening to the radio, I reckon. Now, I think there was apps like Pandora and things like that were on, and you would just basically do what songs that you liked from the last 30 years, and didn't listen to much
Spotify
new.
wouldn't have been far away in 2012.
Yeah,
it probably
well,
wasn't there yet.
I was
Pandora was
late to Spotify.
probably it.
Yeah, I did Pandora for a couple of years till they.
You did your great Aussie playlist on. Is that on Pandora or on Spotify?
That's Spotify. Yeah,
because I'm a guest of that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Bloody good.
It's a good playlist.
Yeah.
We actually might share that Damo's Aussie playlist on Spotify.
It's great.
Yeah, Born to Watchers, get onto that.
Mm.
You know, we're here to we live to give.
That's right. Yeah.
Whitney Houston died in 2012, which she'd done obviously she was a massive star in the 80s.
Huge.
Probably the biggest star on the planet.
Yeah.
80s and 90s.
Yep.
And obviously a movie that will probably more than likely be done on Born to Watch.
What?
I will do.
The Bodyguard?
Oh, for sure. Frank Farmer.
Okay.
Mate, that scene at the end where he's in the forest, in the mist.
I can't
and he's
really
just listening,
remember it.
closes his eyes, and he just shoots. Mate, God, I love Costner.
Yeah.
How good is he?
Kevin. Mm.
Love a bit of Kev. Yeah, but she obviously drug overdose, drowned in the tub.
Yep.
Game over for Whitney.
Yep. That was 2012.
That was 2012, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
50 Shades of Grey was released.
Mm-hmm.
Started the
soft porn.
obsession with mum porn.
Yes.
I tell you what, that was interesting. Once we saw the video shop when that was released too. I'm fairly certain the first movie anyway. It was horrendous watching women rent that. Just going home to smash themselves up.
Yeah.
It was hard to watch.
I know.
But of course, it began and ended with Avengers and the Dark Knight. Really, they were squaring off all year at the box office.
Mm.
But Gangnam Style,
bit of Psy.
yeah, terrible song.
Well, I'll tell you what, K-pop or Korean, K-pop is
Gigantic.
My daughters are into it. They buy albums every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just full on. They love it. And there's new bands basically appearing out of nowhere, like weekly.
Yeah.
Like, here's this new one. Here's this new one. There's like 7 or 8 of them, and they're amazing dancers. with really catchy songs. They're taking the world by storm, K-pop.
Yeah, they all look the same too.
Yeah, well, and just BTS, who is like the king of the K-pop albums or bands, they have to, in South Korea, they have to do compulsory military service. So that whole band right now has just gone on a hold, and they've all got to go do their military service over the next year.
Really?
2 years, yeah. So this billion-dollar business is now like, oh, you blokes, they've delayed it for about 4 years. Now they've got to go with that. And I think it's like Israel too, where they've got to do compulsory military service. Yeah. Everyone.
Yeah, I remember this day well because I remember I was behind the counter and Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012.
Yep.
And straight away they said in 2014, episode 7's coming out.
Exciting.
And I was both excited and apprehensive. And because I knew that I predicted this on this day that Disney would destroy Star Wars. They're bleeding it to death.
I had some faith and I was thinking, no, they'll get it right. But geez.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the latest trilogy of Star Wars movies, 7, 8, 9?
7, I would definitely give it a pass. 8 with Rian Johnson was almost as bad as like the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the last one tried to pick the pieces up, and I give it a pass as well.
Yeah.
But that number 8,
it destroys the whole franchise.
It's just ridiculous.
And I think we spoke about it. We spoke about it a few weeks ago. We talked about having faith in your fan base and having faith that people are going to support what you do if there's a change in direction. I think we talked about it in the Maverick podcast where it was like, fan service is good if it's done right. And what they did with Maverick is the right kind of fan service.
Yes.
They could have just trusted that the fan base was there, that the 40, 50, 60-year-olds were still going to watch Star Wars. And if they did it right, it would cater to the 10, 20, 30-year-olds, right? But they didn't.
No.
They just catered to the lowest common denominator in that Star Wars trilogy, and it's fucking awful.
It's just stupid to not cater for the fan base. If you, say, bought the Los Angeles Rams and moved them to Ohio and called them the Potatoes,
yes,
well, you're going to lose your whole fan base.
Yeah.
So you've got to actually, well, if you buy them, then keep them in the same area, keep the same thing, and don't change anything.
Absolutely.
But these people just love to change things and wonder why people don't.
And I think that it was obvious because The Mandalorian, if they had done a trilogy like The Mandalorian where they tried to reinvent a bit, some new characters with a new lore, that would have worked and be able to hark back.
Yeah.
Even if they'd only used original characters in the first one and killed them off or did something to them, but went off in a different direction. But they just tried to emulate what they did in the first trilogy. Like, Force Awakens a carbon copy of A New Hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Come on, give me something new. Anyway, that's a whole other podcast.
Star Wars,
that's a
digress.
whole other podcast. Look, I tell you what, some excellent TV series started in 2012. One of my favourites of all time, Line of Duty, which you need to watch it. It's on Plex. It's on Netflix as well, guys. Line of Duty. It's a British cop procedural, and it is freaking brilliant. Drops a ball a little bit in the very latest episode, in latest seasons, but it is phenomenal. Yep. Phenomenal. Elementary, Sherlock Holmes one with Lucy Liu as Watson and Johnny Lee Miller plays Sherlock. And it's set in modern day times.
Yep.
It's actually really cool. Really enjoyed that. Veep. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and she's amazing.
Hilarious. Yep.
Girls, the sort of the breakout sort of Sex in the City for the Gen Xers or whatever it was. The Newsroom. So The Newsroom, which is Jeff Daniels, and it has probably one of the greatest scenes in TV history, but it never lives up to that that level again in the first episode when someone asks Jeff Daniels whether United States is still the greatest country in the world. And he answers with, well, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
And he's a massive, that's a great show. Yeah, so some really, really, really good TV shows come out in 2022.
Well, I just add too, in that year, in Indonesia, because they started Indonesian MasterChef and Indonesian Big Brother.
Oh, Selamat Pagi.
Yeah.
Nazi. Yeah. And what did they have to cook off? The best Nazi champur.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. But actually, because with Indonesia too, I was just thinking when I was there was a big a whole heap of shops that you buy the pirate DVDs because people that was one of the things you get. I remember buying Thor and Transformers, but they're always rubbish, like half a movie or whatever. Do they still exist?
Not as much, no. There's nowhere near as many stores that sell the
because would anyone buy them anymore?
No, well, they don't. So the last time I was there before COVID, they were actually then you would take a USB stick or you would take your own hard drive and they would load
like a download
and
kiosk.
They would download stuff onto your hard drive for you. There definitely is not the amount of stores. They were everywhere 4 years ago.
Yep.
Now there's none.
Because that's what one of the exciting things was. We're going to go there day one and get all these
for sure
shows that are on at the movies.
For sure. When my parents lived in Singapore, we used to go across the causeway into Malaysia and go and DVD shop over there. And I must have had hundreds and hundreds of pirated DVDs. It used to piss me off when I had the video shop and people would go over and do it.
Yeah.
And I'd just go and do it myself anyway.
Yeah.
But also another great TV show. I don't know. You should have seen this. Derek. Ricky Gervais. Derek.
I watched the first season.
Oh, God, it's so good.
I know. You love it.
Oh, God, it's so good. Not a big Ricky Gervais fan? Or?
Oh, huge Ricky. But
just not that
Office extras, that sort of thing. Yeah. But, not Derek. And not even that.
Afterlife is amazing as well.
Either, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
He's so good. Well, I think we've talked enough about 2012. Let's listen to the trailer and we can get stuck into The Raid. Stand by.
Kalau kita kedatangan tamu tak diundang. Selamat bekerja dan jangan lupa bersenang-senang.
Okay, another hard and fast martial arts trailer there for The Raid. It is non-stop, 100 minutes, non-stop action.
Action-packed.
Yeah, not a hell of a lot of plot, but the plot does tend to unfold as the movie goes on.
A little bit.
A little bit. They do peel some stuff away. Okay, so, look, this movie rates 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Pretty good. We're saying if 8's the... I think
I think that's doing well.
Yeah.
Considering it's just pure action.
And considering it's a niche film, like it really is a niche film.
Yes.
On Rotten Tomatoes, 87% certified fresh on the tomato meter. And 87% in audience score. So critics and audience alike like this movie.
The target audience for this movie would love it.
Yeah.
There are people out there that love action movies. There are people out there that would basically watch Aliens but fast forward or skip the first hour to the action scene.
Yes.
Right? There are people like that.
Yeah.
So those sorts of people will absolutely love this movie.
And I think we'll get to it. We'll get to it in question time. We'll cover about what kind of movies this is like.
Oh yeah, I've got to
Okay, so, but the cast and crew, and this won't take very long, right? Because we don't know any of them. And Gareth Evans, who's the director, hasn't done much either, to be perfectly honest. But the hands down star of the movie is Iko Uwais.
Uwais, yeah.
Uwais, who is Rama, who's the star.
Yeah, he's great.
Now, He's gone on to star in some other stuff as well.
Yep.
But he should be a bigger star now than what he is.
Definitely. He should be following like Brandon Lee.
Yes, for
just
sure.
Someone like that, yeah.
So like he started in Morantau with Gareth Evans, the first one. Then he was in The Raid. Then essentially The Raid 2. He was actually in Force Awakens.
Oh, he was in Kanjik Club.
Yes.
Tell that to Kanjik Club.
Yeah, there we go. He's in Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
He's in The Night Comes for Us. He's in Snake Eyes, which is the G.I. Joe movie, Snake Eyes. And he's also going to be in the new Expendables 4 movie.
Oh, right.
Which I think is the perfect kind of movie for him.
Yeah.
Good movie. And hopefully that'll be the one that crosses him over.
Yeah.
Because really, he's
a star.
He's a star.
Yep.
He's got so much charisma. He's fucking brilliant.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Like, he's so fast.
Yes.
Like, the editor in this movie, and we'll get to that a bit later, but the editor in this movie must have had a freaking difficult time. And how hard must it be to direct a movie like this?
Well, the fight scenes were so intricate.
Yeah.
And they took so much pride in their fight.
Yeah.
They did a lot of pre-work to get it perfect.
Yeah.
So when it was time to film, mate, they were on point.
But it also helps that the guys doing it are the choreographers.
They're not actors. They're not actors trying to...
They're not.
Yeah.
And look, this takes me then into... It must be very similar to you. Dancer, choreographer.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
When you bake the bread...
Yeah.
Mate, you know how it's supposed to taste, right?
Yep.
And so you can respect these guys. You're almost on their level.
Being a choreographer, yes. Yeah. And a lot of rehearsing, a lot of practice, getting things in time. And, absolutely. There's no difference between choreographing a fight scene to a dance scene.
Exactly right. So, yeah. And look, and we can't go too deep, but I want to talk about the boss, Tama. So, Ray Sahatapi.
Right.
He's a cruel dude, man.
He's a baddie, and they established that straight away.
One of the greatest scenes of all time, I think. And we'll talk about that in Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yep.
And a very good establishing scene for who's the goodie and who's the baddie.
1 minute each.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's excellent.
Yep.
And then really, the only other one of any note, we could go through, Jaka, who's the head SWAT guy. Talk a bit about him.
Yes.
But the guy I want to talk about is Yayan Ruhian, Mad Dog.
Yes.
Who was the right hand man.
Yayan. Yes.
He's
Mad Dog.
incredible.
Yeah, he is a short ass though.
Short.
Like little tough guy.
Yeah, and he's Glenn Condy. He's got small man syndrome. He's got small man. He's every small man.
Shout out the Crystals
That's
in
it.
France.
This
I don't know if
well,
he's still there.
it was on Earth. Oui. Glenn, Monsieur Glenn, which is why we're so huge in France.
Yeah, denouement.
Yeah, denouement. That's it. Yeah. But he's electric.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
He's angry. Look, angry faced. Angry.
Yeah. Very angry. Look, and obviously we spoke about Gareth Evans, and he hasn't done a lot. He's done The Apostle, which starred Robert Duvall. He's done a couple of Raid movies. He's done a few things. He's produced some TV shows.
Docos.
And he's done, but not huge. And he should be better. He should be doing more stuff than he has. So keep on the watch out for Gareth Evans, because I think he could be something pretty special when it comes to action movies. So question time, hey? First one. Where do you reckon this one sits in the martial arts ladder for movies? Because we can talk about, you've got your Wrong Backs, you've got your Crouching Tigers, you've got all those, the Asian, the Eastern influence.
Yep.
But then we talk about stuff that's American martial arts, like your blood sports and your kickboxers and Pray for Death and No Retreat, No Surrender.
Yeah, I love that one.
All that kind of stuff. So where do you reckon it sits?
Well, it is purely a martial arts movie. So it's in The Matrix. There's some really good martial arts work, but this is just a pure martial arts movie. Well, I suppose the back half of it is, or the second half, but the first half is that bit of the cops and baddies sort of thing. But man, it in terms of fight choreography, the clarity of the fights, it has to be the benchmark now for martial arts movies.
Yeah,
it's when I think back to Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, right? His speed is like driving Miss Daisy speed.
Yeah.
These guys are at like Olympic ping pong speed.
Yeah.
Like
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Well, imagine like their speed. If you played Hungry Hungry Hippos with these guys, you wouldn't get one marble.
No, you wouldn't.
They are so fast.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, it's quick, but it's also there's so much clarity around it that you can actually see what's happened because that's how well choreographed it was.
Yeah.
But so I'd say it sets the benchmark now for martial arts movies.
Yeah, I agree. It's right up there. This is I agree, benchmark setting. It's an incredible movie. When do you just say fuck it and leave?
What?
When you're in the SWAT team?
Yes.
When do you just go, fuck this, I'm out?
Mate, I think the horse had bolted once you gone through that front door.
Yeah.
Or once that little kid pressed the buzzer,
Yeah.
that was it. They were onto you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you the only way out was to punch your way out.
Well,
fight your way
I
out.
guess you find out that it's a setup anyway.
Yeah.
So they want him in there.
Yeah, they were sitting ducks.
They were, weren't they? Were they? Okay. Do you think anyone in the building wore deodorant?
There was so much sweat.
Yeah. That's all I could think of. Having just been in Bali, all I could think of was, God, these guys would be hot.
Well, I started to question whether it was filmed in Indonesia because I didn't see one bintang singlet. Like, not one.
Not one.
And
well, it's Jakarta.
Yeah, but still, I'd be wearing one in that heat.
Yeah.
So I'm a little skeptical.
I don't know. Like, this is what I never get is that I wouldn't own a pair of pants. I'd have shorts. That's it.
Yeah.
But there's guys there with long pants, long sleeves.
Well, your body,
Move on.
Your body gets accustomed to that temperature. I mean, I know it's like 30 degrees in Bali in the morning, and you're wearing your singlet and your thongs and your boardies.
Yeah.
And then you see a family ride past all on the one moped, all wearing parkas.
Yeah. Hoodies.
Yeah, well, you're a bit cold, eh?
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. Even when I was just over there, I saw people. I was like, "What are you doing, mate?
It's just rugging up.
What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Okay, so with the current state of the rental market in Australia, is this apartment building a viable option?
Oh my God! Yeah, like it was like a big square building just full of apartments. A real ghetto. It was a ghetto like you wouldn't believe. Yeah.
Drug lab on one
had
floor.
it all. Yeah. Had it all.
It was your one-stop shop.
It was your gangster's paradise.
Wow.
It had it all.
Yeah. R.I.P. Coolio.
Yeah. Just needed a 7-Eleven down the.
Did
it have one there?
No, I didn't see it there, but
yeah. But that's all it needed, and then set. Didn't need to leave home.
No.
Got it all there.
Terrible joint.
Oh, it was a dump. Yeah.
Terrible joint. All right, well done. We've answered all the big questions of the movie. I think the deodorant one is the big one.
Yes,
Place would have stunk to high heaven.
It would have.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's move into the categories, the good, the bad, the ugly, and see what we think is good about the movie, what we thought was bad about the movie, and if we found anything to be ugly. We'll start with you, mate. What do you think is good?
As I said, the first half of the movie, I love that. Just the police with the guns, the shootouts, that whole first part of the movie. The realization that they're in deep shit.
God, they build the tension well, don't they?
They do, yeah. And like we said, the main guy was vulnerable. They established him at the beginning. He's got his wife. We know he's a kick-ass guy because he did his little training session in the morning. He's got his wife who's pregnant, so he's got a lot on the line. The stakes are high for him.
But you know he's got more skin in the game because he says to his dad as he's leaving, "I'll bring him back." Right. So you know there's some skin in the game for him that's not explained.
Right? No, not
that's not explained.
Yeah.
So
no, that was good, but also obviously the fight choreography. Like, it was just so good. It was so precise. But there are a lot of shows where they have choreography where you it's riddled with edits and cuts, and you can't really work out, well, how did that just happen? And what? Oh, he's just been not. But this thing, there was so much clarity. You could actually see what was happening, which was all put down to the fact that they rehearsed so much. They knew what they were doing. It was so perfectly choreographed that's why I think that it looks so good.
Yeah, no, look, I'm the same. Look, I think the first half is good. That sort of cop thing, you don't really know which way it's going to go. It gets flipped on its head halfway through once they run out of ammo. Yep. And it just becomes, he's like, pick up a knife, pick up a chair leg, pick up whatever, and just defend yourself. But I think the movie is just flat out good, like from start to finish.
Yep.
There's not one time where I'm looking at my phone. There's not one time where I'm thinking about taking a leak. I'm just glued to that TV.
Yep.
Obviously, the lead, Iko, he's a star, and should be in more stuff. I love it so realistic. Like it feels real. Like some of those martial art movies can feel like it's bullshit, but this just felt real. Like
it did. It wasn't riddled with CGI.
No, it was. It felt like it was a fight to the death.
Yeah,
right. It really did.
There's some. Yeah.
Let's talk about, and we talked about Tama, the boss, and the introduction, because I think this is almost the best scene. It's not the best scene in the movie, but as an establishing scene for a villain, it's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
So he executes 4 people on a plastic sheet, shoots them in the head. Gets to the 5th, he's out of bullets. Leaves the gun on the guy's shoulder. And says, "Hold this, I'll be back." Goes to a drawer and opens it, and in the drawer is a hammer.
Also some bullets.
And 6 bullets fall in as well. So he's got a choice to make here. He takes the hammer. And just wails him with the hammer.
I'm glad they did sort of cut that.
They cut.
Like, what the hell?
It's full on.
Yeah.
As an establishing scene,
he was an evil bastard.
Oh, we know what's going on. So we know what's happening in the van from the goodies. We get 5 minutes with them. We get 1 minute with those 3. And we know shit. Okay.
These are ruthless.
This is fight to the death stuff, right? Yeah. I loved it. I thought that was powerful.
It was, yeah. It established the goodie and the baddie perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. The editing and choreography in this movie is flawless. I can't understand the patience the director must have to get a film like this right.
That's right.
Like the editing, the hours it must take to edit.
Yes. Well, I'd say this to listen to this, but that final fight scene, the 2v1, took 8 days to film.
Yeah.
One fight scene. That's how much pride they took in getting it right. They were meticulous, fastidious. They needed this perfect. And that's what they produced.
It's perfection.
Like an amazingly coherent fight scene that, it didn't look ridiculous in any way. It just looked, and it was brutal scenes.
Yeah, I'll get to something bad about that scene, and there's also in another scene as well. But the fridge bomb, love the fridge bomb.
Oh yeah.
I love it when people think on their feet. Right? I love it. It's like, it's a bit MacGyverish, right? But the fight scenes, the level 7, which is where he essentially, it's the first time he has to go through a whole hallway.
So the hallway, that was good.
And it's like 18 guys.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Only possibly to be outdone by level 8 with the machete gang.
The machete gang reminded me of the baseball gang from the Warriors.
Yes.
The Furies.
Yeah.
It's the machete guys and the baseball guys. Yeah.
The leader was Ugly Man.
Yeah. Angry. He had a face.
You will enrage me.
Yeah.
When I don't get what I want, I will get enraged.
He was enraged.
Yeah, he was enraged.
Like permanently.
Yeah.
A resting enraged face.
Yes, He wasn't great. He was a bad dude.
Yeah. He loved a machete.
They did.
That's the thing. It's like there was guns all over the place. Like, we're the machete gang.
That first scene where they shoot the shotgun and there's just enough illumination for the baddies to see them,
where they were.
And they just unleash.
Yeah.
Like it was brilliant.
Yep. Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
They fired first. It lit them all up. Yeah. They were exposed.
Boom.
There you are. And then they just open fire.
Yeah. Okay. So then before we go into bad, have you got any more for good?
No.
Okay. So question, because it's in my good bit a bit as well, is that when did you realise that the old dude's bad?
Oh.
Did it take a while? Because
I didn't know if he was bad or just a goose.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't...
Him shooting the kid through the door, that was probably when there was probably no need. He probably should have shot him earlier, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's probably when I started to go, why is he shooting?
Yeah. He was always dodgy from the word go.
Yeah.
And he did, was he Indonesian? He
looked Maori.
I don't know what he looked like.
I kept thinking he was out of Once Were Warriors.
Yeah, I don't know. He just seemed like a different looking bloke.
Yeah,
he had the full silver hair too.
He did. He was a silverback.
Yeah. But no, there's definitely something up with him the whole time.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he was going to be like
as bad as what he was.
Guy.
Yeah, as bad as what he was.
Yeah.
It's quite good that it all flipped on its head.
Yes.
That was good. Okay. All right, bad. You got anything for bad?
Yes, bad, yes.
Go.
Well, the execution of the raid itself, right?
Yep.
Like limited recon.
Yep.
no intelligence on the enemy's strength. Broad daylight.
Yep.
Sitting ducks. Shooting fish in the barrel. Like, yeah, let's go in.
Yeah, low ground.
Yeah, so to me, that was, I mean, but that's what I found bad. But, like, the whole show does exist entirely on fight scenes. I generally do like a little bit more
plot.
Something else.
Yeah, I agree. And
there was a plot. There was a plot.
No, but I think that it's such a secondary motive, the plot.
Yes.
To this movie.
No, that's right.
And I think that, but as it starts to unravel, I think it's good. In hindsight, I think it's good.
Yep.
Like, I think that the corruption levels and how it works out, you don't get that almost until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're like, why the fuck is all this happening? Right? And you finally find out there's the payoff in the end.
Yep.
So I don't mind that they hold that back, because most in America, it'll be all up front. You would get some backstory where you would know the old guy's been, this is happening, and we know that it's you know, blah, 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 and it would all be spelled out for you.
Yes.
So I like that we have to answer some questions along the way.
Yeah.
I think that's quite good. Do you know what I thought was bad? The little guy, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Twice, right? His supreme arrogance.
Oh, absolutely.
Supreme
Put the
arrogance.
gun down.
So the knife gun standoff with Jaka, okay, just shoot him in the head. Like, what's stopping him from shooting him?
He wanted
the knife is 2 feet away from you, mate, and he just wants to fight.
He wants to fight. He gets more enjoyment.
He gets more enjoyment out of the fight, albeit it's pretty brutal, that fight.
Because Jaka actually can hold his own.
He can hold his own.
He was pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, shit, mate.
Until no one comes back from a broken nose. Yeah. Straight in the nose. He was fucked.
Make your eyes water.
It certainly made his eyes water, and then he was expelled not long after that. So there was that. The other thing, like, there's 2 people left alive, essentially. There's the brothers. He finds him, the torture scene. We have the best fight of probably the best fight of the movie.
It goes for 6 minutes or 5 minutes or something.
And it's real good.
Yeah.
And it's real believable.
Yep.
Right? Shoot him again. The brother comes in, just shoot him.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Another dumb bad guy move.
Yes.
And he pays for it handsomely in the end.
Yeah, I know.
The other thing is, in that fight, I'm sure that he's not going to be operating at 100% once he's got a fluorescent light tube in his throat.
Well, he got like extra turbo power.
He did. It was like the stuff went into his bloodstream.
Yeah. Well, but the brother too had just had a knife stabbed straight through his hand, and he's there throwing punches. Yeah. And you're going, well, geez, you're pretty hardcore to be doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's pretty rare to have a 2 goodies versus 1 baddie finale.
Yeah.
Very rare. You normally have the baddie, 2 of them ganging up and against all odds, but you get these 2 guys against the 1 Mad Dog.
And look, to be perfectly honest, I don't think that in real life the little guy
Yoyan
can match the hero.
No.
Right? And so that bit was the only bit where I'm like, come on, like, he's good.
He was super good. He was super fast.
But this guy's way better.
And they're both super quick.
Yeah, it was an incredible fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth it.
I know, but they did give Mad Dog a little bit of credit that you built him up. You realise, you know what? He is one freaking tough hombre.
Oh, no. He's
like, they gave him some credentials. It was like, yeah, okay, shit, he's going to kick ass. Because of that fight with Jaka, who was actually pretty bloody good. And Mad Dog won, and so it's like, hang on, this bloke...
Well, Jaka's supposed to be the king shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's the sergeant. He's the boss.
Yep.
So he's obviously the king shit and gets taken down.
Yep.
After a while, it took some time.
But you're right. Yeah,
the power of self-belief.
But Mad Dog too, you think, well, what kind of dog? Like a little
pug,
chihuahua.
Pug.
Yeah, pug. Yeah, because
puggish.
Yeah,
but somewhat puggish.
Yeah. No, I'm with you though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything for ugly?
Ugly. The storyline.
Okay.
There's a baddie up there. Let's get him. Then let's get out.
It's very basic.
That's it.
It's very basic.
Kind of thing. But yeah, you're right. They threw in a couple of, just a little bit of layers of storyline in there with a bit of corruption. Oh, hang on, he's the brother.
Yeah.
Right. So they did throw in a little bit, which is good. But yeah, I definitely I think the storyline was.
So we'll talk about the storyline when we get to Film School for Fuckwits.
Oh, yeah.
Or F-wits. Sorry, Film School for F-wits.
Yes.
But I've got the apartment building. Fuck, it's ugly. Just the whole thing with it.
Yeah, but what about, like, he's got all the, he reminded me a bit of Billy Baldwin in Sliver.
He does.
He's there with, he's got all the cameras, the TVs.
What about how old the TVs are?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I was expecting to see like a wall of LCD TVs.
Yeah.
And he's got like the 1981 Rank Arenas. Yeah. With the twist knobs.
Yeah.
Well, how are they getting video feed in them?
Well, he had it all on the wall. Yeah.
He did.
So I mean, this is basically Sliver 2, the martial arts movie.
Yeah. Slither 2 Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the apartment building, one toilet on the floor. The kid comes out of the dunny.
Oh, right.
Remember the guy, the yellow kid that gets shot?
Yeah.
He comes out. He's just taking a dump.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of dumps in that. Oh, God.
Yeah.
A lot of things made me think, God, gross.
Yeah. Yep.
Barley belly. That's all I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. I'm happy with the plot's a little thin, but not much else for ugly.
No.
It's top shelf. It's a top shelf martial arts movie.
Yep.
Okay, let's move into listen to this. You got anything?
Yes, I do listen to this.
Yeah, shoot me.
Gareth Evans was the Australian Foreign Minister between 1988 and 1996.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same one.
Same one?
Yeah, maybe not.
He's gone on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Diplomat. Learn a lot.
He has. But look, in the credits, under medics and paramedics, it lists 14 people. It also lists 4 massage therapists. Like, how busy were these people? And I don't think I've ever seen medics and paramedics in credits before. Like, there must have been some wounded in the making of this film.
Wow.
Like,
there would have been
14 of them. Like, holy shit.
It doesn't look... The fight scenes are so real, man.
People were getting hit.
People are getting hit here.
Yeah, I
People
know.
are getting hit here.
I know.
There's no doubt.
But Gareth Evans, anyway, he was a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
He did do a documentary on that Pensac Salat martial arts.
Right.
So that's where, and he was at the part of the doco had Eco and Yan in the documentary because they were both at the studio. So Gareth looked at Eco and said, "This guy's got star power." He got his wife, who was a producer, to wrangle up some money. They wrote a script. That's when they did that Marantau or Marantau. So that had Eco and Yan in it.
Yeah.
But that was basically, you guys get them from this documentary, and they made a film around it, which is so they weren't actors at all. But Gareth just figured.
Well, mate, it was, and we didn't talk about the budget, but it was $1.1 million budget for this movie. A $1.1.
How many rupiah is that?
A lot. Yeah. A lot. But it's funny. For Indonesian box office, it's done on tickets sold. It sold 1.84 million tickets in Indonesia.
Right. For a population of 300 million.
So you got to think it's made its money back.
Well, I think it's growing. Just now that I started to look it up, it's still a bit of an unknown. But I think this movie is just growing and growing.
Well, it did a lot. It did a lot of business in the rental market, and once it finished, but it's done 9.3 million. At the box office. Like it's a successful movie.
It is.
It really is. Like someone's made some money.
Well, I mean, why would then the Eco and Yan have been in John Wick 3? They've been in Star Wars.
Yeah.
In Kunjik Club.
Yeah.
But so they've been noticed.
Yes.
They've been noticed, and I think Pensac Salat has been noticed.
Well, mate, it's so it should. But what about all the guns used in the film were airsoft guns? So the gel blasters.
Oh yeah.
So they're like gel blaster guns.
Oh wow, they looked awesome.
They didn't want to because
guns.
they wanted to kill the budget. So using the other guns was way too expensive. So and all the muzzle flashes and all that kind of stuff were added digitally afterwards.
Well, you know what? That's all you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, they look pretty amazing.
Alec Baldwin probably would have liked that.
Definitely.
Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, every actor that played a member of the SWAT team actually did the training program through Kopaska, which is the Indonesian Navy Special Ops. Right. So they all did it. So they all got all the techniques, all the signs, everything, how to use the weapons. It was all done through the Indonesian Special Ops. So pretty cool.
Well, because they did everyone, even all the bad guys, even the henchmen, the unknown, they were all competitive. Yeah. They all could They knew how to punch and kick and shoot, and they all held their guns correct. Like you watch, I'll bring up like the Rings of Power, where they hold swords like Gumbies or shoot arrows like absolute knuckleheads, and you just go, these guys don't know how to hold or fight or throw a punch. Everyone in this show seemed to actually know exactly what they were doing. Like they were trained in everything.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you reckon the body count was? Total body count for the movie?
Maybe about 50?
121.
Oh, what?
100.
Oh, I suppose there was 20 cops that went in. Yeah, okay.
There's 20 cops and there's a lot of baddies.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I suppose 20 cops plus that one hallway.
Well, he kills, I reckon he kills 18 to 20 in level 7.
Wow. Yeah.
There's a lot of dead people.
There is.
Yeah, scary.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So anyway, I think, look, originally Gareth Evans wanted this to be in a prison, filmed in a prison, wanted to take place in a prison, but when the budget became in too small, he moved it to one building, one set.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, and essentially, because of this success, it allowed him to get the bigger budget, which was the Raid 2, and he got to set it in a prison.
Yep.
Which is set in a prison, which is really, really good. Worth a watch.
Yeah.
Worth a watch. All right. Got anything else to add there?
No, not for listen to this, no.
Okay. All right. Obviously, 1 degree of Kurt Russell is going to be overshot today because...
Yeah, you'd have to have a real deep dive. And I don't think...
Maybe some of the paramedics or something.
Well, because some of the guys went in, John Wick and... Yan, and you'd think there might be some link, but it's not one.
No.
There's definitely links.
Definitely.
And also with The Force Awakens, there's definitely links, but there's
not
no
a
way.
1 degree. Not a 1 degree.
Yeah.
Okay. You got any quotes in Notable Quotables? There's not much
I don't think I've got one quote.
Yeah. No, there wasn't much. The only thing that I liked, I think we were talking before about he's a maniac with feet and hands.
He's a maniac on the floor.
There we go. We still sing.
Dancing like she's never danced before.
Great scene.
Yep. Michael Cimbello.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
It never stops.
No.
It never stops. Yeah, we never stop learning here at Born to Watch.
Oh.
Okay. Look, Dan's not here to take us into film school for F-wits. And at short notice, we're going to do foreign films which have been remade in English.
Oh, actually, I'll just tell you about another foreign film that I've seen. Yeah. Oh, another Indonesian foreign film.
I like it.
So this wasn't my first Indonesian foreign film. I saw one before. I think it was called Amy. And it was about this Australian woman.
Amy?
No, she wasn't Amy. Her name was Rhonda.
Okay.
She had this highly sexual affair with this Kuta cowboy called Kutut. And Kutut thought Rhonda was hot like a sunrise. It's a pretty good movie. I don't know what happened in the end, but I think they got married. Whatever.
God.
Yeah. That was a good Indonesian movie. I can't remember too much about it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
God. Fucking hell. All right. Foreign films remade in English because the English-speaking world are idiots and don't want to read subtitles, or they think they just make better movies.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to start with The Raid. Now, The Raid has been rumoured to be remade for a long time, but actually was remade essentially when they released Dread, starring Carl Urban and also Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones.
And from 300.
Yes. I forget what her name is off the top of her head.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Lena Headey.
Lena Headey.
So hang on. So I thought Dread was like Judge Dredd.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is, right.
So Carl Urban plays Dread.
Yep.
And it's essentially they go into a huge apartment building and they have to work through. It's essentially the same movie.
Yep.
Work through the levels to get to Lena Headey, whose middle name is Gives a Good. And
does she?
Yeah, well, that's a middle name. I don't know whether she does, just a middle name.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Okay, up there with Kate Harry Bush. Right? And we're running up that hill. Running up that hill.
Yep.
So anyway, essentially have to work their way up this building with Carl Urban as Dredd. It's actually really, really good as well. Well worth a watch. If you've not seen it, it's on Plex. Watch it. It's great. But again, they haven't remade this as The Raid, and nor should they. And they don't need to. There's so little said in this movie that you don't need to follow a lot.
Nope.
Okay. So the most famous one is probably The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yep.
So the original one's
good
made
movie,
in
good
Sweden.
Book.
Yep. starring Noomi Rapace.
Ah, that's
right.
Yes.
She's in Prometheus, and she's gone on to be in 1,000 things. Right.
Yes.
Great actress, and they are great. The original Millennium trilogy, great movies, but they were made for TV over there and released cinema over here. David Fincher's got his hands on The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and made a masterpiece. It is a great.
Is that the Daniel Craig one?
That's the Daniel Craig one.
I don't know if I've seen because I've seen the other one. I just didn't know if I'd watched the other one. Oh, maybe I have seen it. Yeah.
And it is excellent.
Yeah.
It is starring Rooney Mara. So Rooney Mara is Lisbeth Salander, and she's excellent. She got all the piercings.
Yep.
And it's a great movie. Actually goes a bit further than what the original movie does. And for some reason, which is really sad, they didn't do the trilogy. It didn't do very well at the box office. Probably didn't need to be remade, but anytime David Fincher gets his hands on something, he says, I want to do it, it's going to be good and well worth it. And I actually think it might be a better movie than the original movie.
Yep.
And it's a shame we haven't gotten the other two. Hopefully we will, but I think it's way past time now.
But I think Daniel Craig's doesn't, like, if I go off the description in the book, the Swedish one definitely looks more like it's just a writer. Not Daniel Craig's kind of a
he's Bond.
looking,
he's always
tougher.
Bond.
Yeah, he's like a Bond guy. It's like, well, yeah.
But he doesn't play that.
No.
He's in the movie. He plays the role well. It's a great movie. Stellan Skarsgård's in it.
Yep.
It's so good. Yep. Fuck, it's good. But the other one, which is just never needed to be touched, which is, no pun intended, it's called The Untouchables, which is a French film starring Omar Sy, who's gone on to star in heaps of movies in Hollywood as well, and Francois Clouseau. It's a great movie about an ex-con who helps a handicapped guy who as his sort of helper and support person, and it is a funny movie, a really good film, really well worth watching. But it got remade as The Upside, starring Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston.
Right.
Which is not a bad movie.
Yep.
Not a bad movie. But watch the original.
The original, I would imagine, would have a really nice denouement.
Does have a really nice denouement.
Yeah.
You're running with that, aren't you? Yeah. Have you used that in everyday life yet?
Yeah, every day.
You say to Jody,
yeah.
When's the denouement?
Yeah.
You know, after Frog Dogs. After Frog
delicious.
Dogs. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. So, look, there's three. And I'd be interested to hear on the socials if anyone else has got any others that...
Well, there's some other English movies that are made by Americans.
Don't you dare talk about Death at a Funeral.
Yeah, well, there's like that. Or even The Office.
Yes. But The Office isn't bad.
It's not as bad. It's not, it is good. But
it doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, it's sort of funny sometimes. Like, well, it's in English. It's just they got British accents.
Well, the only thing is that Ricky Gervais is a smart man and does stuff for 3 seasons, whereas American do it for 11 years and wring every cent out of it possible.
Yeah.
But in its own right, the American Office is not bad. I've not watched a lot of it. I'm a Ricky Gervais stalwart.
Yeah.
And just feel that there's no point.
No. Well, the other one was The Ring as well.
That's right. So The Ring, Naomi Watts, that's a good movie.
Mm.
That's a very good movie. I think we spoke about that the other week.
Well, Morgs actually spoke Japanese. He said Ringu.
He did.
Really impressive.
Yeah, Morgs is...
bilingual.
Trilingual, I think.
Yeah.
He knows
Definitely bi.
He's definitely bi. Bi at the least. Yeah. He's definitely dabbled.
Yeah.
It's those boys' trips to the US. Oh, you were talking lingual.
Yeah. Right. Hey, but you've heard no Morgan Gow travel stories.
It's been amazing. And you know what? I've just been on a trip and I'm not going to tell a travel story because that's what I do, because no one wants to hear them.
Right.
All right. So, look, at this time of the night, we'd normally run into Stan Bush Kick-Ass Credit Song. And it was supposed to be Morgs' song tonight.
Oh.
And because he pulled out at a late notice, which is what his dad should have done, save us all the fucking pain, we're not going to have a Stan Bush Kick-Ass Credit Song tonight. I didn't even have the 4 minutes to put towards it.
Well, should we sing Celine Dion again?
Well, I think we've given them enough.
Well, you know what? Can I just pitch something to you?
Go for it.
Christmas album. Born to Watch Christmas album. All full of Stan Bush songs or just songs from the podcast.
Do we? Well,
or Christmas carols.
Do
and maybe funny Christmas carols. Like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells stuff.
Why not?
So it's up.
There has been talk. There has been talk of a kick-ass credit album.
Oh, yeah, okay, but not a Christmas album. Or maybe
I like that.
Christmas carols.
Why not? We could do our own take on Christmas carols.
Come, they told me,
Pa-ra-pa-pum-pum.
I have these gifts to bring.
Pa-ra-pa-pum-pum.
Something.
Myrrh and frankincense. Pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. God.
Yeah. I like the bit. Hurrah-pa-pum-pum, hurrah-pa-pum-pum, hurrah-pa-pum-pum.
That's just filler.
That could be on the Christmas album.
Definitely. Why not?
Yeah. Also, with the songs too, maybe like a full-on concert tour.
Well, we're talking about getting some backing
Philharmonic Orchestra.
We want to get some backing tracks done. If there's any bands out there that would like to be involved with Born to Watch,
yep,
maybe write some music to go in front of these amazing lyrics. I can't even imagine how good You Drew First Blood would be.
Yeah, but I'm talking like on a tour.
Like S&M.
But you'd tour, like tour Australia and France.
It'd need to be.
It'd be based in France and Australia.
Well, Metallica did the S&M album. Full, strings, the whole orchestra.
Yeah, the Philharmonic Orchestra.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
Needs to be.
Well, anyway, that's
something to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, enough dribble.
Yep.
Star of the show. Damo, who's your star of the show? Your MVP of the road?
Oh, definitely Iko Uwais. He's super fast, super talented, good-looking kid.
Yeah.
But he can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah, look, it's hard to go past him. The only other person could be the director because he's done something special there. That must be very fucking difficult to do. But I'm going to go with Iko. He definitely deserves it. Not a doubt. Okay, final thoughts. The Raid is a great, as Damo has said, The Raid is a great martial arts film. Where it may lack in plot, it definitely makes up for action. The choreography, the editing, everything here is top notch. You're going to have to go a long way to find a film that is as slick and as professional and as realistic as this in a martial arts movie. This is quality. If you've not seen it, hunt it down. It's well worth a watch. I loved it, and I'll watch it again. I watch it semi-regularly. Okay. I know your over and under is 1.
Yep.
I've probably seen The Raid 10 times.
Okay.
I think, which is low for me. It's been out 10 years. It's 1 a year.
Yeah,
I'd say that
you watched it in 2012.
I'd say that it's a 10. I'd say it'd be 10 for me, which is a lot for a foreign film for me. I don't like to read. I like to watch. It's not called Born to Read. It's called Born to fucking watch.
Yep.
Right. But I'll take the hit with the watching.
Yep.
Because it's worth it.
Yep.
Okay. So let's move into the rank bank. Got a couple options here for you.
Oh yes.
And I'd love to get some feedback from you. I've got fridge bombs.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty good.
Got broken necks.
Just a few of them.
I got headshots.
Yeah.
I got torture scenes.
Oh, Jesus.
And I got hammers.
Oh, yuck. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, because I was thinking of two things that weren't in the movie.
Yes.
Very Indonesian. I was thinking banchongs or bintang singlets. But
well, they're not in the movie.
They're not in the movie, yeah. I know. But they should have been, and it was a travesty that they weren't.
Yeah.
It was a good opportunity, Yeah. But yeah, look, out of that your lot, I'd probably say fridge bombs. I think was more unique to that movie.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there we go. So let's go. What out of 5 are you giving The Raid in fridge bombs?
Well, the thing is, this movie, I like a steak, right?
Yep.
I love a steak, and I'd probably put some barbecue sauce on it.
Yep.
Sometimes, if I'm out, I'll get probably mushroom sauce or something.
Clever.
Then I'll have some salad, and then I'll have maybe some hot chips, some vegetables, whatever. This movie was all steak, right? It was a Wagyu. It was the best cut. It was a really good steak, but I needed more. I needed a little bit more story. I needed a bit more dialogue, or just give me some nudity or something, you know?
Well, nudity makes every movie better.
It would have helped, a bit of action nudity.
Would have only been Franks and Beans in this one though.
No, I know, but
well, there are a couple crack whores in there that
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking, like, where's like a Lethal Weapon 2? Get a Patsy Kensit sort of thing, or something, nice, 300 or, just a little bit flash.
Leaner.
So for me, I gave it a 3 out of 5. Three fridge bombs.
3 fridge bombs out of 5.
Amazing action movie, but it's a pure action movie.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I love this movie. I really did. I think it's a great martial arts movie, and I've got a bit of a soft spot for it, I must say. It's always good when you think you're the first to find something. And I think I think with this one, with a promo copy, that I probably was ahead of the game here.
Trailblazer.
Yep. I'm going to give this movie 4 fridge bombs.
Yep.
So that gives us a rating, and I'm not even going to need to add this one up.
Yeah.
3.5 fridge bombs.
Yep.
There you go.
Spot on.
So much easier when those other fuckwits aren't here.
Yeah,
Too much pressure.
They put the pressure on,
Yeah. 3.5 fridge bombs. And we're just going to do a little search here and just find out where this leaves. So bear with me. Filter 1. Here we go. Righto. Okay. Okay, so at 3.5 fridge bombs, this is in number 17 spot.
Right. Geez, everything's scored quite highly then.
Yeah, well, there's, it is. There's a lot of good movies above it. So it is just below, it's actually an equal 16th spot with Tombstone, 3.5 Huckleberries. And it is above Backdraft at 3.33 Trichlorite cans.
What if you filtered it for Indonesian films?
Number 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, number 1.
Wow, that's impressive.
In foreign language.
Yeah.
Number 1 in foreign language films.
Yeah.
For us. What blows me away, I still look at the rank bank here. Bloodsport, 2.5. That's just, I'm not happy with that. 2.5 Kumites. It blows me away that Roadhouse is last. 2.17 Torn Larynxes.
Well, I saw Roadhouse once, and I've never watched it again.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I would like to watch it again.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah,
it's on Plex.
Yeah.
Dan's never going to watch it again. Gao will watch it again. It's a very Gao movie. I think Gao actually, it's the rare movie where Gao had the highest score.
Right.
Gao's usually brings us down.
Gao would have given this, I'm guessing, about a 4.5.
Yeah, I think it's a very Gao movie. And look, we may get the boys to look at it, and they may add their ranking to it, so it might change, may go down. We may get their feedback, but we also may not. We may just tell them to fuck off because it's me and Damo on this one.
Yeah.
Look, still standing atop the pyramid is The Thing and Silence of the Lambs on 4.5. So they top the rank bank.
Yep.
All right, so pretty good. Well done to me. Not needing the calculator or needing the spreadsheet.
No, it's impressive.
It was easy.
Really impressive.
Very easy. All right, you been watching anything?
I've watched. I watched a great old movie called My Cousin Vinny.
Oh yes,
it is so good. It is such a good movie.
And the myth behind the movie is just as good.
What's the myth?
Well, she wasn't supposed to win the Academy Award.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, they called out the wrong name.
Oh bullshit.
That's the urban legend.
Oh, well, she deserved it.
She was excellent.
Joe Pesci's
awesome. Amazing.
It is. Fred Gwynn was just so good. Herman Munster. Yeah.
Yes.
It was such a freaking good movie. But then I watched another movie, and it's on YouTube. It's called Never on Tuesday. It's made in 1989. I loved it when I was in the 80s. And it's Pete Berg. Oh, he's a director. And Claudia Christian. It is riddled with cameos. And that's why you have
I would love it.
Well, yeah, but you have to get Morgs to check. But there's uncredited is Charlie Sheen. Uncredited is Judd Nelson, Carrie Ells, Emilio Estevez, Gilbert Gottfried.
Right.
The cameos at Nick
What's
Cage.
It about?
These two guys, horn bags, heading to California looking for girls, crash into a girl in the middle of the desert. So the cars are wrecked, and just people drive past as they're basically stranded, and they're just cameos. And it is freaking hilarious. Cameos are hilarious, like brilliant.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie it's a bit, how you going?
Right.
But it is a good show. It is a really good movie for the cameos. And the Judd Nelson, I mean, it is hilarious. The Nick Cage is hilarious. And the Gilbert Gottfried is outstandingly funny. Just little They're in it for like between 1 and 3 or 4 minutes each.
Nice.
It's on YouTube. Never on Tuesday.
Nice.
And there's an orcs in it too. On YouTube.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I'm in.
Just a bit of nudity. Just goes astray.
It makes every movie better.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched on the flight home last night. I downloaded it on my phone. I watched The Good Nurse, which is on Netflix. Stars Jessica Chastain and Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, yeah.
And it's based on a true story about a nurse that was killing patients in the ICU by putting insulin in their drip bags and killing them. And it's...
Was she just a serial killer?
No, she's the goodie. The baddie's... Eddie Redmayne's the baddie. It is a quality movie. For a Netflix movie, and they are hit and miss, this is a good movie. It's really worth... Actually, I'm going to do a little review on it on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So subscribe to the Born to Watch YouTube channel to see my review on The Good Nurse.
And your face as well.
Yes. See my face, which I apologise for. All right. Well, on that note,
yep,
I'm going to take my head and my hat and I'm going to go.
Are you telling me it's hit the showers time?
It's showers time. And,
right. Yeah.
There's no cakes of soap today. We're using shower gel.
Yeah. Top notch.
Did you bring your loofah? Because my back's itchy.
Caddyshack. Yeah.
You're going to play golf and you're going to like it.
Oh, Billy. Okay.
I'll give you asthma. Okay, look, thanks again for joining us this week. Damo and I have had a lot of fun, and we're back again next week, hopefully with everyone.
Your normal team.
Well, yeah, we're going to bring the A team in.
Nudge will pop.
Nudge will pop off to the bench. I'm sure he'll be back in a couple of weeks. He's becoming more of a regular than the regulars.
Yep.
But next week we're going to go Aussie.
Oh, what's
and
on?
We're going the Great Australian Low Budget Action Thriller.
Quickly Down Under. Is
no,
it on? Oh,
Mad Max.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
The original Mad Max.
Right. Condolini wants his hand back.
So there'll be lots of good stories about Gow wanting us to watch Mad Max as a kid.
Quotes.
Yeah, lots of quotes, lots of action, quality Australian film, low budget, brilliant filmmaking. Awesome. How you make a film on the shoestring.
And it's timeless. It's transcended generations. Everyone watches it now too. It's
my
shit,
God.
How good is this?
I watch it. The over and under of this will be scary for the three of us, I think.
Right.
It'll be very, very scary. I've watched Mad Max probably 3 times this year.
Yep.
I love it.
Is the son's name Sprog?
Sprog, yeah.
Is that his name?
No, I think it must be his nickname.
Because it's a hell of a name.
What's Max's surname?
Rockatansky?
Rockatansky.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
I don't think it's mentioned though, is it?
Yeah, it's mentioned by the big bald guy.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
The sheriff. I mean the sergeant.
The sergeant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget what his name is, but it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Steve Bisley.
Gosling won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim Goose.
Yeah, Jim Goose. Great movie. So anyway, next week will be Mad Max.
I'll be listening.
Yep, I know you will. You are OG, even more so now.
Yep.
Loved having you in the studio with us, mates. You're a lifesaver as usual.
Yep, no probs.
Did your homework? Did everything that was asked of you and more?
Bloody oath. No
what a
probs.
legend. Thank you, Damo, for joining us. And next week we'll be back again for Mad Max. But for now, it's bye for now.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Born to Watch. To join us on our journey into some of our favourite movies of all time, you can find us on all good podcast networks like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you like what you hear, give us a 5-star review and share with your friends.